Today I left my house for the first time in like 2 weeks. And I did this, of course, to consume and to buy things. So what did I buy? First I went to the Exchange, which I had a gift card for from turning in some old games, so shout out. They penny and dime you there. They give you fucking like 20 cents on the dollar for like games and shit, but I was like, whatever. I don't feel like using eBay. It's not still in the plastic, but COD for the DS. I have been so curious about the Call of Duties for the DS for so long because their graphics look really cool. Like the DS 3D style is great, and a charger for my DS because I don't have one. I hope this is the right one. I low-key forgot what it looks like. So I'm curious to see what COD for the DS is like. I'm gonna get into that, I guess. And then I went to the Exchange, Half Price Books. I found this X-Day. This is a shoujo. Like really interesting premise. I actually read something a lot like this where kids bomb a school. Wait, spoiler. It's senior year and Rika is seriously stressed out. She's got more homework, exams, and papers than she can handle, and was recently dumped by her boyfriend. In other words, life sucks. One day she's chatting online when she meets 3 classmates who hate school as much as she does. Together they hatch a plan to blow up the school when no one is present. The countdown is on for X Day. Yeah, I've read a manga with the same premise, and it was horribly depressing because it's like they blow up the school and then they're like, fuck, why did we do that? And they're on the run for terrorism, and he goes to a homeless shelter and gets assaulted. I don't know, horrible. But this is a different one about bombing a school that I'm curious about. Apparently it got good reviews, good reception, and it's a shoujo with girl main characters, so why not? Second of all, I got the Game Master's Book of Traps, Puzzles, and Dungeons. These ones, there's like a whole series of these, and the whole series was at Half Price Books. I don't know, these books that are like of tables and shit, I feel kind of mixed on because it's like generic tables. It's so generic. I can just roll a d20 and I'll give you a name of an Anglo-Saxon name. I don't give a fuck. I do not give a I'm not buying that. But, traps and puzzles I think are hard to come up with yourself, or at least it's good to get inspiration. So I was like, you know what? I'm interested. I know this is all like 5e stuff, or at least very 5e dependent or inspired, but I just want to read it to get some ideas, so that's kind of the idea. Also, contributions from 3 Black Halflings and Jasmine Buhler. I don't know who 3 Black Halflings are. Loki, I need to know. If that's kind of an awesome name. 3 Black Halflings. Okay, it's a ttrpg podcast. Okay. That's awesome. I was like, I read that and I was like, 3 Black Halflings? Dude, that's fucking awesome. Whoa. I gotta zip that. I got a cop for that, but that's cool. And last but not least, I went to my local game store and got the Dungeon Crawl Classics. Oh gosh, the reflection it's still covered in the gloss. Caverns of Thracia. Actually, let's unbox it. Here. It includes a digital hyperlink, which is cool, and it also includes, let's read the back. Destined for use with 4 to 6 blah blah blah. This is Dungeon Crawl Classics, which is not my favorite system, and I haven't run it or played it, but I could switch it to whatever OSR system I want. 4 to 6 Dungeon Crawl Classics player characters. Caverns of Thracia is a complete mega dungeon suitable as part of an ongoing campaign in order to kick off a new one. 150 plus area encounters providing a year or more gameplay. Oh, typo. A year or more or gameplay. So we can get a year or more, or we can get gameplay. Well, that's good. Enough adventure to take characters from level 1 to 5 and possibly beyond. It's not really crazy of a selling point. 6 dungeon levels, including 1 never before seen, waiting to be explored. 50 plus new monsters and PCs. Blah blah blah. More than 25 new magic items, spells, and curses. That's cool. I mean, I don't use DCC, so I don't know if these will be new to me, but maybe. Plenty of opportunities for combat exploration and social interaction with cool. The one I'm most curious about is tribute essays from professional RPG designers. I'm very curious about that because Janelle Jaquay is a very cool designer. She passed away years ago, and her partner passed away just the other month, I think. So rest in peace to both of them. But I mean, yeah, both very talented designers. Her wife actually worked on the port of Doom for the 3DO, which is a retro console that was kind of niche. But it's actually interesting. The 3DO port of Doom is like kind of has a bit of a cult following because, I mean, as far as ports go, the 3DO is not the greatest console. It kind of sucks actually, but it's not a bad port. It includes its own original soundtrack that some people are big fans of. You know, obviously the classic Doom soundtrack is the best, but apparently it's not bad. Okay. Well, let's get the plastic off this bitch. Make it less glossy. Yeah, I don't know. This has been sitting in my local game store, or like there's like 4 of these in my local game store. One of them is, or 5 of them are like Dungeon Crawl Classics, and one of them is like 5e, and I'm like, first of all, the fact that they've been sitting there and they for this long, for months, and my local game store hasn't decreased the price, stupid. This shit should be $40 by now. I should be paying 40 fucking bucks. Okay. What Recess, what are we doing? What are we doing pricing this shit at $60? And when it's been $60 for fucking forever. And you have so many of them. Just give me this shit, whatever. I would haggle if that was like if that was a normal thing and not like extraordinarily weird and like get the fuck out of my store. But I don't know. I think that low-key, fuck haggling. Actually, I changed my mind because like every person who plays an RPG goes to the shop and they're like, I'm gonna haggle. It's like, if I'm a store owner and you're like, can I haggle? It's just like, get the fuck out. Hey, there's a line and the guy behind you in the line is gonna pay what I say you should pay. Like, what? No. I mean, it depends on the store, right, and the culture, but I mean, for the most part, I mean, if you do a favor for the guy, then it's like, sure, but again, if you come into an average store and like, can I do you a favor? Most people are gonna be like, nah, man, I'm good. Rent aside. Is it really, I don't know, I'm interested because I didn't love Caverns of Thracia when I first read it. I didn't read the whole thing, I skimmed through it. And I was like, this is a cool mega dungeon, and I'm glad that it's popular and like it very inspirational clearly, but I was like, I didn't really get that much from it. But I read a play report, which is when people just write about like my player characters did this in this D&D session, and I read like a 20-part play report about what, you know, how it went for them, and I was like, that's actually pretty interesting and cool. So Caverns of Thracia, I was like, I'm interested. So it's just some great art though. Lizard people, you gotta love lizard people. Really one of the all-time classics. And then, oh shit, you got Janelle. This is awesome. You got an interview with Janelle Jaquay. Wonderful. You got pictures of her when she was a boy. Wonderful. Did they have to? I guess she probably was fine with it if it's in here. Wow, a lot of essays. This is actually really cool. I don't know. I mean, sure, if it's a mega dungeon, like, fucking include essays about it. Although I've heard that Caverns of Thracia is like notoriously like dense and hard to run. So I was very curious if they made that any easier here. And Jesus Christ, they did not. I mean, these room descriptions are brutal, man. These are so dense because there's like, oh my god, you gotta come in this shit with the highlighter. There was actually a project online to rewrite every room of Caverns of Thracia so that it's just easier to run and it's in like a denser, like more evocative style. And that's like, I'm interested in that because this is some bullshit. Okay, I mean, sure. I don't know how much they changed in this modern reworking. Like, is it I don't know. Don't know. But, you know, it's I'm glad that I have it. Okay, cleric spells. This is cool. Okay, here's the new magic items. There aren't really Caverns of Thracia follows the old, really old way of doing things where like there'd be like one magic item, and that magic item is fucking powerful as fuck, but it's gonna run out of charges and shit. And it's just like there's this like ancient dragon in here, or like giant or like lizard person that's like sort of a dragon, and it's like he has a giant pile of treasure, and in it like one wand, and it's like, really, one wand? He doesn't have like a magic sword or anything? There's like one magic sword in here. Come on. Lame. Fucking lame. This is cool though. There's new spells. Actually, these... Silence is not a new spell. How are you acting like silence is a new fucking spell? Everyone knows silence. It's a fucking wizard school classic. What are we doing? Alright, well that's fine. I want to read the whole thing though and just get a more comprehensive take. I'll do a full review at some point. Maybe I was gonna say maybe I'll play it. I'll run it for some people. But Caverns of Thracia is like a mega dungeon. Those shits take years to run. So you gotta have like a consistent play group, which I don't really have right now. I don't think I was gonna say I've never really had, but that's not true. Just not true. Okay. Let's look at this traps, puzzles, and dungeons real quick. Oh, the art is so cute. Can you see the art? Yeah, look at that cute cartooning. It's like Tintin. See, I don't. The traps are so 5e pilled that they're giving me like stats for the traps, and it's like I don't need stats. Just tell me what it is and what it does and why you made it like that. But whatever. Whatevs. Okay. I'm excited to play these games, and I'm excited to read these books.